So I'm thinking a few things, and one thing that's entered my mind is the needle, the hypodermic needle. How is it remotely possible that humanity could create such a device, such an implement that's so fine, so delicate, and yet so useful in life, so important? How is it possible to manufacture a needle, a fine needle, that still has a hole running through it so that liquid could be pumped through? And then that needle has to be attached somehow to some plastic in a hypodermic needle. And then the whole thing has to be completely sealed and it has to function perfectly. How can it be possible to manufacture a needle? And yet, lots of them exist in the world. It is completely incredible that we can manufacture something like a needle. It really doesn't make sense. I mean, how do you begin to manufacture a fine needle with a hole running through it? What possible manufacturing techniques could be used to create a very sharp piece of metal like that, with a hole running right the way through it? It just doesn't make sense how it's possible to have equipment that can create a needle. But I've never thought about it before, but it seems to me impossible to manufacture a needle, and yet I think they're fairly common. Completely amazing. I'm also thinking of artificial organs that we've created for the human body. I don't know for sure, but there might be artificial kidneys, artificial livers, and I'm wondering if there are artificial stomachs, artificial hearts, artificial lungs. I don't know if it's possible to have artificial of everything. And then, of course, I'm thinking, could there one day be an artificial brain? I mean, if the mind is purely the interconnection of neurons, then it seems to me we could create an artificial brain one day. And then we would essentially be creating a person. So we would have become God in a way. Or rather, could have become like God, I should have said, I think. But it is amazing to conceive of possibilities in biomedical technology, science, and whatever. It is completely amazing how we can create artificial kidneys and livers, maybe artificial hearts. It is so crazy that we create these things. And then artificial minds, artificial brains might be possible. And then minds would exist. It seems theoretically possible. And it's just awesome to think that we might one day create a human being, essentially. And it does seem that we're on that path. And it is completely stunning, and it does seem like it might be possible.